There's just a nice little hole in the fence, just big enough for you to stick your hands and your phone through to take a photo that isn't obstructed by the chain link.
We gotta get the shot for you guys. Good thing I just got a new tetanus shot, because look at all this. This is all.
So we just stopped in at Top This Chocolate, where you can make custom chocolate bars.
So I don't really know what it is about these old abandoned buildings, but they're just so cool to explore.
Well, hello there, fellow adventurers. Today we are on a little adventure in our home county because we are still waiting another week or so until this baby decides that they want to make their appearance into the world. So we're sticking local, just kind of waiting, and wanted to get out of the house and go explore and go around some areas that are kind of like our old stomping grounds, but some areas we've also not really fully explored. So right now we are at Channel Islands University Park, which is out right by Cal State Channel Islands, which started back in 1936 as Camarillo State Mental Hospital, and was in operation for many years before it finally shut down. And then it was converted into a 4-year university.
You mean a creepy college?
In 2002. And this place is special to me because I went to college here.
Basically, Melissa went to college in a mental hospital.
Yes, basically. I studied psychology, which is appropriate. So.
Full circle.
But over here at the Channel Islands University Park, there are hiking trails. We are here to see Scary Dairy, which is super spooky. So it was actually created as a fully working dairy where the patients who were able engaged in like therapy programs here. They grew vegetables. They, I guess,
had dairy cows
and made, I don't know, probably cheese and milk and those sorts of things. Actually, the food that was produced here went to feed the staff and the patients directly at the hospital. So
it's kind of cool, and it seems like, obviously we've never been here before, but it seems like it's kind of like that post-apocalyptic, like it's kind of like run down, it's kind of got graffiti. So you gotta park, and then you gotta do a short walk down this road because beyond this point it's no vehicles. Scary Dairy.
Spooky!
So I don't really know what it is about these old abandoned buildings, but they're just so cool to explore. The gate was open, so we went in. I don't know if we're supposed to, but it was open, so we went in. And I just love exploring stuff like this, and we always seek out really cool, old, dilapidated type places when we're on the road. And it's funny that this is like essentially our hometown, and we've never been here. She went to college literally right down the road, and she never came here, but
yeah, like
we're here now.
This property is still owned by the university, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, but it's just weird that I never even went here.
And you can tell, I mean, I haven't really seen a no trespassing sign, but like you can tell you're allowed to be over here. I guess they just don't want you, probably don't want you to get hurt or whatever.
Yeah, and causing any additional damage to the buildings, obviously.
Yeah, so
they're pretty run down.
Like, use caution, use your good judgment, don't destroy anything, all that kind of stuff. We don't really know what this building was for, But obviously it's for something that has to do with a farm of some sort.
I imagine this was for like processing the food itself.
Yeah, or storage. And then you can tell like out here they probably had fields. And then there's some other concrete platforms that are completely abandoned and the buildings are gone. But you could see just a beautiful backdrop. These are basically the Santa Monica Mountains, right? Like the tail end of them. And then these run all the way south, like down to, how far? I don't know. Just basically they run down the coast, down the one highway there, all through Southern California, you know.
It appears that we have found a water trough for the cattle.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like this is a trough for the cattle, but then it comes down the hill, so I wonder if they had a water tank on the hill that they could open and just let the water flow down, and maybe they did that like once a week or whatever, and then this was for the cows.
Yeah, probably.
It also looks like there's poles, so maybe it was covered at one point or something.
To prevent evaporation or something?
Evaporation, to maybe keep like debris out of it, like leaves. I don't know. It's so cool. Why is stuff that's abandoned just so freaking cool? Let us know in the comments if you like stuff like this, because we love stuff.
All the way up the hill, like you were saying. Way down there.
Oh, I would also like to add, new feature on YouTube. It's called Super Thanks. Basically, you could throw us a little donation per video, one-time deal. If you're like, oh, that was really cool, I want to go there. We showed you a cool place that you want to explore. You could just click that Super Thanks and just give us a little tip in a sense. We appreciate it.
We also want to make sure you guys know that the Super Thanks is 100% optional if you decide that you want to support us in an additional way aside from watching, liking, commenting. We obviously appreciate any way you want to support us. But if anybody out there decides that they want to go and take a step further, you can always do Super Thanks at any time.
Perfect hat for the perfect day. I'd have to say this has been such a nice. Is this your Goodwill hat or mine? No, that is yours.
My Goodwill hat.
So it's so interesting, and I know we talk about it a lot, but we travel all around this country, and for some reason we neglect the area where we live. There's actually a lot of cool stuff to do. Basically today, so far, everything in this video is new to us. Like, we never really come down to Ventura Harbor. We've never been to, where were we?
Scary Dairy.
Scary Dairy before. And it's super fun. So I would highly advise, if you're in an area that maybe you don't think is that cool, like, spend the time to search and explore and find cool things to do, because there's probably stuff you haven't done, just like us right now today. Anything to add to that, dear?
I mean, it's funny how easily you can take a place for granted when you're living your daily life there all of the time. And like, we grew up in the same place for a little over 30 years, both of us, and it's just been like not a place that we really explore a whole lot close by within like a day. We're always like, let's get out of here, let's go. Yep. 5-hour drive, like.
Yeah,
and yet other things.
Yet we're like, what, maybe 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes from our hometown of Simi Valley. We're out here in Ventura, and that's awesome. It's great.
And it's a beautiful day. It's a perfect like springtime day. The weather's great.
So weird.
Just hang out by the water. We're
weird. Maybe it's just us. Let us know. Is it us, or is that just a thing?
I think it's all too common. So we just stopped in at Top This Chocolate, where you can make custom chocolate bars. They have 50 different, I guess, toppings or like ingredients that you can put in your own chocolate bar. We got the pre-made sugar-free option.
Sugar-free.
And they just have like different nuts.
And it's sweetened with erythritol and stevia. So for us, it works. It's a really cool idea. They also have coffee, and it's right here on the water. It's so nice. So we're here at Island Packers. Basically, Island Packers is the boats that will take you out to Channel Islands National Park. So it's a super fun experience. I have personally been before with Boy Scouts. I went on twice now. I've gone on a weekend backpacking trip where you take the boat out and you stay for like a 3 or 4 day trip. You hike into a nice spot and you camp. It's super fun. Melissa has not gone yet, but that's something we were actually talking about that we would like to do. There's a lot to do out there, hiking, all sorts of different tours and whatnot. They do kayaking out there. So if you're ever in the area, I would highly recommend checking that out. And we've always had good experience with island packers, and normally they would be right there at that dock, but I think they're most likely out right now picking people up from the island. It is, I don't know, I think it's like 2:30, so it's in the afternoon, so they're probably on their way back in.
After Ventura Harbor, we headed over to downtown Ventura and got lunch at Barrel House Brewery. I got a Cobb salad and Jesse got the Avenue Burger, which is 50% beef, 50% chorizo, and it comes with the spiciest sauce known to the planet. So beware if you order that. Your mouth may light on fire and spontaneously combust. We then walked around downtown California Street and Main Street, where there's tons of shops and other restaurants. It's a great place to hang out. The town of Ventura is very walkable and bikeable. If you have deep pockets, you can stay at Ventura Beach RV Resort for about $150 a night. Or there's also Emma Woods State Beach, which is a lot more affordable but harder to get reservations at.